Hello everybody, my name is Hocus Pocus and welcome back to the Minecraft Let's Play. This is episode 97 of the series now, and we are 3 episodes off of 100 of course. In that video we will be doing a world tour and also providing a world download for you guys. Just thought I'd let you guys know about that. In case you didn't know already that every 50 episodes we try to do a world tour and world download. So at the moment we're starting things off over in the Enchanting setup, and as you can see above me, we are actually down in the Enchanting section itself. I don't know why, I just figured we'd start the video off here because it kind of looks cool, and we haven't been down there all that often because at the moment enchanting tools isn't something that's a major priority in our world, of course. So I think that today we're going to start things out by working a bit on this room again, because in the last episode we failed hard at trying to make an anvil dropper that would automatically, or upon request I should say, dispense an anvil on top of this block so that we could use it to repair our items. I'm no longer sure that that is something that we can achieve, so I think we're actually going to just tear out the redstone, keep all of the components for ourselves, and just do things manually rather than try to make a redstone signal that actually responds to our requests there. So I think what we'll do is we'll start by tearing this out, of course replace it with some stone. And we've also got a bit of dark oak wood in here for another reason as well, and I'll get onto that in just a second. Okay guys, so changes are being made, and as you can see, things look ever so slightly threadbare here at the moment, and that's because we removed this row of log blocks from the front. As I said in the last episode, I kind of want to make that a bit more consistent, so I think what we're going to try to do first of all is to implement a dark oak design in there. So of course this means just using dark oak logs rather than a combination of all of the logs, which I think looked rather silly in the end, so that is the reason why we're going to replace it. But I think what we'll do is we'll start by doing that. And I also of course want to not die if that skeleton mind's leaving me alone. Let's take him out quickly. Excuse me, thank you very much. And then of course we want to bring this all the way along, so this area here is also going to need some temporary stone blocks, and we're going to place down some logs, so 1, 2 and 3. Get rid of these on the underside I think, and then pull our axe out, and I think we're just going to go with stripped again and check out how this looks. There we go, and then on top of this end one we'll go with one more and a pillar post kind of thing just to cap off the fences. Same thing on the other side, there we go, and then of course we want to run the dark oak fence all the way across as well. So this is a little bit of a contrast to the back wall here where we have oak and oak bookshelves, so hopefully it won't look too bad. If it does, we can switch it out for oak and see if that looks any better, but I am going to need some more dark oak fences. We've got 6 there. Do we have any more? That's the question. It doesn't look like it, so let's craft ourselves some. Let's do that, and 1, 2, 1, 2. Perfect. Okay, let's take these upstairs and lay them across the wooden blocks as we are trying to do here. There we go, and we've got enough. We do. Perfect. So let's take a step back and check this out. Now how is that? Does that look okay, or should we try oak? Maybe we should try oak as well and try and compare and contrast the two a little bit, because I'm still not totally convinced by this, if I'm perfectly honest. Okay guys, so this is option 2, and in my opinion the much better option. So of course now we've got the oak running all the way across with the oak fences as well, and that blends a lot more easily with the background there, which of course also contains the oak logs. So I think now that we got that in place, we can go ahead and position some more vines up at the top here. And I kind of just want them to go all the way across, so we'll just do something like that and let it grow naturally again. The rest of these can of course go back into the chest, and now I think that we've got that done, we can go ahead and move on to something else. And also, by the way, if you didn't notice, I just stuck a little lamp up there and finished that bit up as I said I would. I think that was quite a cool addition, just to give it some light in the area and also give a bit of a texture difference in detail. So there's that as well. So for the next part of the video, we are going to move on to something else that maybe isn't so important, but something I do want to get built in the world, and it's going to be right here opposite the enchanting station, and I think we're actually going to take it back into the wall probably to about this level. Let me just check if that is correct. Maybe one more would be good. Yeah, we'll take it back one more block, I think. So there we go. That's where it's going to begin. This is going to be the first layer of the farm itself. And there's a little clue as to what we're going to build. And there'll also be a clue in the title. But I'm going to tell you now anyway what it's going to be. So we're going to be building a carrot farm this episode. And at least one layer of it anyway. We're going to take it all the way to the ceiling eventually. Or up high enough to produce enough of a yield for us to sufficiently use anyway. So to create this, I'm just going to plant the carrots on a probably square patch of land, maybe rectangular, and we're just going to use dispensers or something like that to flood the crops over to a bank of hoppers, which will then filter the items into the chest that we want it to be in. So the reason for this is because we don't have carrots as a renewable resource at the moment, and I need them to feed the pigs. And also, once we get a gold farm up and running, they can be used to craft golden carrots, which of course is one of the best food items in the game that you can craft a pretty high quantity easily. So we'll probably end up converting to that food source once we can. But anyway, this is where the farm's going to start, and I think we're just going to get the build underway, and hopefully we can produce something cool looking, functional, and something that fits in with the theme of the base. So let's get to it, and I'll bring you guys back in periodically just to check out how things are going. Okay, you guys, so let's take another go at this challenge that I've set for you in the world here. So we're going to start off right here, and you got to aim to, I guess, fly before you make it to the first tree. So there we go. Up here and out there. Oh, okay, that was a bit better than the one that we achieved last time. We got out slightly cleanly, but probably hit ourselves somewhere up there. So not a completely clean run. However, we have got some materials ready to go here. So we've got a bit of glass in our inventory, as you can see. And I think what we're going to do instead, we're just going to go ahead and start the farm right here, right on this layer that sort of matches up with the ravine's natural shape. So of course, we're going to have a layer of glass in here so that you can see inside the farm. And somewhere around the middle, probably here, we'll have a trapdoor that allows us to access a chest that we can then take the items out of once they've filtered down into the middle. So we're just going to keep digging back here. I'll probably make this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll probably make this a 9 by 9. So we'll go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9. And then of course, just take it back that way, 9 blocks as well. And we'll have a 9 by 9 area to grow, which means that we'll have 81 crops on the farm at all times, which should be more than enough. And then of course, if we need to stack this into multiple layers, we can also go ahead and do that. And that should provide us with a good outcome and a good amount of produce. So as I said, I'm going to keep working here. And hopefully we're going to produce something similar to what we had actually in the original Let's Play. So if you guys have saw that, or if you guys have seen that, I should say, then you might know where we're heading with this farm. So this is how we're going to make things work, you guys. As I said, we're going to have dirt in a 9 by 9 area, but we do need some water to make sure that the crops can stay fully hydrated and therefore not sort of diminish once we've hoed or tilled the soil, I should say, not hoed. Because you guys are probably going to make jokes about that if I keep using that word. So we're going to just place down the dirt, as I said, and leave one gap in the middle, which if we place water in it, should be a perfect area to actually affect all of the tilled soil. So if we pop water in there and cover it with a trapdoor, so we've got a waterlogged trapdoor now. Of course, items and water will be able to flow over the top of that, so it shouldn't cause any issues. We now should be able to go ahead and till the soil, and it should have enough water nearby to grow the crops and keep them healthy. Okay guys, I've had a bit of a mental lapse here, and I'll explain to you why. So first of all, this layer of dirt needs to come out because this is where the hoppers are going to be. And that's not the only issue. The second issue is that water only runs for 8 blocks. So this can only be 8 blocks long at maximum. So maybe we're going to narrow this down to about 7 blocks maybe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It'll finish there. And this back wall will be where the dispensers go that are going to dispense the water. So as I said, we had a bit of a nightmare there, but we've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This should be good still. So all of the crops should be hydrated to a sufficient degree. And now we need to kind of figure out a design for this room. So where do I think we're going to have each of the dispensers? I guess one right in the middle. And first things first, we'll actually patch this up with some stone. So I'm thinking one right in the middle. So one there. Okay, in that block there. And then we might have, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll have another one there maybe. And then 1, 2, and another one there. That should hopefully do the trick. So of course, we just want this water to flow in this direction and push everything down into the hopper chain, which will eventually be here. The hopper chain will lead into a chest, which is going to be on this block here. And we should have a trapdoor that allows us to block the water whilst also allowing us to actually access the drops. So here, what shall we do in terms of a design? I'm thinking something like this at the back. So we cap those off and have the dispenser here. And then in behind, we kind of want to build some small arches maybe. So let's just see what we can do. This might be tougher than I thought because, of course, we're working with very limited space. Something like that. And then not like that. That looks a bit silly. Then we've got little archways like that, maybe. Is that too small though? Because it looks kind of weird. I think I might need to test the dispensers out first just to see what the water behaves like, or how the water behaves. And then we might actually be able to push a dispenser out to the corners instead. And that would give us a bit more room to work with. So give me a second just to test out the water mechanics, and then we'll get back into designing this room. And hopefully we can come up with something cool, because at the moment I'm kind of struggling with the limited space that we have. Check it out, guys. What do you think about this? I think it's kind of cool. So we've got about 3 layers of wall textures here, which all combine to create this cool effect, I guess. I would say it's quite cool. Obviously, we still need to wire these up, but they do have the water buckets in. I'm just going to centralize those for no reason whatsoever. It just looks cooler, I guess. And we're going to keep working here just to get the design up and running. But I think the next thing on the menu is to go ahead and do this. Put some pillars up either side of the glass. I think that'll be a cool addition to the build. So let's go ahead and pop 3 in there as well. So there we go. We got pillars either side. We got pillars at the back. We just need now to come through this area and put a wall design in. And I think I'm just going to go with the wall design that we use often throughout the base. So we can start to tear this out here. And of course, we're going to need a few of the textures, which include, but are not limited to... Actually, they are limited to, because I'm going to list all 5. So we need cobblestone, we need crackstone brick, we need andesite, polished andesite, and gravel to achieve the look that we are after. And we're also going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hoppers and the chest. So I'm going to go and grab all of that in a second and lay down some of the work here that needs to be done. And then I guess we can start to till the soil, plant the crops, install the redstone wiring for the 3 dispensers we have right here. And we should be then almost in a position where this farm is going to work, and it actually might work at that point. So I think we might actually begin by tilling the soil and laying down the crops, because that will give them more time to grow. So let's craft ourselves a hoe here quickly. 1, 2, 1, 2, hoe. Boom. Got ourselves a stone hoe. So let's go ahead and begin to till the soil. And this also indicates to me that a few blocks are going to be exposed which we didn't bank on. Namingly these guys, and these guys. So we're going to have to probably throw in a few extra textures just to make this look a bit cleaner, but that will not be difficult to do. So as I said, there we go. Let's throw down the tilled soil, get some carrots in the mix when we can find them. I think they're all over at the animal farm at the moment, and we'll just bring them across, plant them, and then work on getting a few other things ticked off that list so that we can bring this closer to completion. As you can see, guys, we have the wall designs in place. So on the left hand side and the right hand side, we've mirrored the design across, and it's just a random combination, as you guys know, of those 5 textures that we described earlier in the episode. So now that we've got that in place, let's go ahead and install our collection system, which will begin with a chest that is going to sit right there, facing that way. Perfect. And then we're going to have 1 hopper going into the back, 1, 2, 3, and 4 hoppers guiding into the center like that. And then on the opposing side, exactly the same, but facing in the opposite direction. Why can't we place one there? Okay, there we go. That's interesting. So let's throw a rocket in each side just to make sure that it's working correctly. And then in the chest, we should have 2 rockets. Perfect. So that is up and running. Right. What happened here? Did I just forget to place a block? What? Let's grab gravel. Will that work? It will. Okay, I probably just forgot to place one, or at least that's my best explanation. Anyway, let's put some torches on the wall for now. Of course, we will replace that with some more permanent lighting eventually, but at the moment, this will do. So our carrots are beginning to grow slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. I don't know why I said slowly instead of slowly, but I did, so deal with it. And now we can go ahead and place a few other things in the build. So let's get ourselves a trapdoor, or at least another one, because we already have one in the build. So let's do that and get a couple of those. Craft that, and we've got 2, which is more than enough. So where do I want to put this? Like that, I guess, and then we can still access the chest. Then of course we'll have glass here that stops basically anything from getting in and anything from getting out, if there's anything in there. Hopefully not, because that'll be a bit of a disaster. So of course, now that we've got this set up, we need to wire the system, which is a case of running a button into some redstone behind the wall somewhere and just linking it up to the 3 dispensers so that at a push of a button we can dispense and retract the water. So I'm probably going to go ahead and get that up and running, and we'll just bring in the glass up to the 3 high there. And I think we're just going to leave each layer at about 3 blocks tall so that we can fit as many in as possible. I don't think it needs to be any higher than that. We probably could make it lower, but what's the point? We actually want to be able to see into this thing. So as I say, let's get some redstone wiring into this build, and hopefully our carrots hurry up a bit, because we need to harvest them and regrow a few more, because we still got some empty, wow, we still got a lot of empty plots in our farm. So let's get down to business. Okay, you guys, so as you can see, the wiring is almost set up. So it runs all the way back here and then into the back of each of the dispensers that are going to dispense the water into our farm. One good thing about this build is that we are actually going to make use of things that would otherwise go wasted. So we've got the repeater from our failed anvil project, and we've also got the spruce button, and we are in fact going to be using both of those items right here. So first of all, we'll place the repeater somewhere down there just to make sure the signal is long enough. I'll actually push it back a couple of blocks. Then we want to place a block coming up like that, and then some stone. Of course, we'll change this eventually, and then of course we're going to reuse the button right here. So now if we hit that button, it should turn the farm on, and I'm kind of tempted to give it a run, even though we're not totally ready yet, but I think we should just go for it. So let's try it out. Okay, perfect. So all of the items should make their way in, and eventually we'll see that all of the carrots have in fact came to this central chest location, and then with another hit of the button, the water dissipates and the farm is ready for planting once again. So we didn't actually make any carrots from that whatsoever, which is kind of a shame, but at the same time I didn't really expect anything, so I don't know why it's a shame. I think we pretty much knew that we weren't getting anything, so let's replant those in that formation. And we also need to remember to have a way to actually go ahead and access this farm when we need to go inside and plant. So we're gonna have to think about that as well, but that can come at a later stage, because it's nice and easy just to pop a door on and make a way in and out of the farm. But we do actually, as I say, need a way to get back in and replant the crops. And since we're gonna have these farms maybe going all the way up to the ceiling, it's imperative that we do in fact have a maintenance corridor, which is similar to what we had in the old Let's Play world. If you guys were there for that, of course, you would know. It was just a door somewhere around here that let us run through the back, and there was a ladder that went all the way up to the top, and it just let you access each of the layers of the farm. So before we begin to close the video up here, I'm going to just craft up a few of these stone slabs, and we're going to throw the stone slabs in under here. So from this side to that side like so, and then once again on the other side of the chest. Perfect, and then we'll also get some in right there as well, just to match the theme and the rest of our base, really. So there we go, that's the carrot farm basically up and running. Of course, it requires some polishing and a few extra layers, but this is it in its bare bones form. So I'm pretty proud that we've got that up and running today. Quite glad, and of course this should hopefully carry us into the future in terms of our supplies of carrots in this world. Alright you guys, so that is going to be the end of today's video, unfortunately. I do hope that you enjoyed what you saw today, and I'm pretty pleased, as I say, with how this carrot farm turned out so far, and it's on its way to becoming something that can hopefully produce a lot of output for us. If you did enjoy today's video, then be sure to drop a like down below. That is much appreciated by myself, and also will go a long way to help the channel out, which is nice if you don't mind doing that. And of course, if you have any questions, suggestions, comments, feedback, anything to say in general, pop that down in the comment section below and I'll be sure to get back to you on that. And finally, if you're new around here or haven't subscribed yet, then be sure to hit that red button to stay tuned to this series and any other videos that I post to the channel. So once again, you guys, thank you very much for taking precious time out of your day to watch my video. I've been Hocus Pocus. Take care of yourselves, take care of your families, and I will catch you all in the next video. Bye for now.